Okay, guys and very capable gals. This is a 2000, well, it's my girls, my lady's 2006 Impala SS with the LT4 5.3 liter V8. And if you've worked on one, you know how incredibly tight it is. So, what I'm going to attempt to show you is a very incredibly easy way to remove and replace the Serpentine belt on this incredibly tight engine compartment. The water pump blew on it. It shredded part of the Serpentine belt, which wrapped around all the other pulleys. That's a whole nother story. You can find videos on here on how to replace the water pump, so I won't bore you to death with that. But to get to that mess, which was wrapped around the harmonic balancer and all the other components, I had to take off the wheel. Oh God, this is hard to do by yourself. And most importantly, remove this plastic panel, which I had just holding up in there, and the bolts are already out. And once it's 3 screws. There they are there. Be patient taking them out. Don't break them. They will come out. And then you pull this panel out. Nothing's ever easy on this car. And then you expose the crankshaft harmonic balancer. But most importantly, why you're looking at this video is because of this. Let me put this down. This is your belt tensioner, and that's the spring. I have searched the internet for 4 hours trying to figure out how to release the tension on that. And I gotta tell you, I have heard some incredible stuff, even taking this bolt out. Don't do it. It's under pressure. You will hurt yourself, and besides, there's no way to get it back up on there unless you take the whole tensioner off. Don't do it. I've heard of hose clamps compressing it and everything else. I came across an 8-year-old blog after 4 hours on the internet that said that it's a 2-minute job. Of course, I thought that was a bunch of BS, but since this was already apart, I figured what the hey, give it a try. And I found out that the only tool that you're going to need, oh, by the way, when you take that plastic panel out, there's one screw way back here. You are going to need a screwdriver that small to get it out. But if you're only going to be dealing with this, you only need to take the first 2 screws out. The panel will drop down enough to get to where you want to get to. And let's see if I can give you a shot of where you want to get to. Now you see this top part right here, the top part of the spring? Not easy, is it? Just the very top part of the spring. See where the bolt holds it? You're going to take a pry bar. That's about 18 inches. It's got a curved head on it, flat tip. Okay? And all you're going to do, have patience, this is hard to do holding this phone. Now if you look, before I do that, you see this notch right here? It's right next to the hole. This little notch is going to hold that pry bar in place. And here's all you have to do is get it on the top part of the spring next to the bolt. Did you see that? The top part. Wedge it right there by that piece. And now watch the spring as I pull up on the pry bar. And it collapses with one hand. It will collapse. Now, if I had two hands available, I would show you. Well, I haven't tried it with one hand, but I collapsed it enough that the belt fell off by itself. It was that easy. It took seconds. It was amazing. And if you've tried to look for a tool to collapse that thing, you know that nobody, no auto parts store rents it. They got a universal one, doesn't even come close. There is only one tool made for this job. It's a specialty tool. It costs $100 from the dealership, and you'll have to wait 3 to 6 weeks to get it. Unless you know of somebody with a SS with a V8 in it that already bought the tool. Otherwise, all you need is a $6 pry bar to get up in here like this at the top of the spring and pull up and collapse that spring. And the belt comes right off. Feed the belt on all the pulleys, the new belt, or if you're just putting it back on after changing an alternator or water pump, feed the belt on. You can find the diagram on the internet. They don't put it on the car. Why? I don't know why. But it's just a reverse. You put it all on there, have somebody hold it, collapse the spring, feed it over the pulley, and you're done. It is just that easy. I can't remember the guy's name. I don't want to take credit for this procedure. I read about it. And after all the searching, I thought, man, I really like to do a video so you other people can have an easier time doing it. But I did find it, and I give credit to LS1 Tech on the internet. That's where I found the 8-year-old blog. Instead of buying the tool, I mean, I know you got to take the wheel off and you got to take this plastic panel off, but it's your decision. Taking the wheel off and that panel took 15 minutes, or you can go out and spend $100 and wait the 3 weeks, or a $6 pry bar, wedge it onto the frame, and pull up on it and collapse the spring. It's just that easy. This method works. This car is identical to the Monte Carlo SS with the V8 in it. Everything's positioned the same, so whether you have the SS Impala or the SS Monte Carlo, it works the same way. I hope this has been a big help to you. It was to me, and I'd like to thank the blogger and give him credit for it. I just don't know his name. So, good luck to you.